Well, that's where I left from. There's Las Cruces out there. And then Saturday, this is where I was with Georgie. And it says Fillmore Canyon. That's all it says. They should say that there's a mine up there and the waterfall. I could have made it to the waterfall the other day. And then you have this. No dogs allowed. This is terrible. Hello. So I'm walking on the trail. Came to this. So I'm not sure what kind of rock this is. But I'm walking on the trail, you see. And I'm going, oh shit, I'm going to have to go down there. That's not good. And then I see the trail over here. I wish I knew more about geology. But this is beautiful. Spectacular. It's amazing what plants can grow in. Look, this is solid rock. You have cactus growing in it. That's kind of interesting there. How that probably that stain was caused by water running down over it. That's what I would guess. And if I went up there, there's probably like a little rock pool. Just guessing. So I'm just gonna continue up the path. Well, I don't think you get 3D effect, but that was a little stressful crossing that part of it. And the rancher has done a unique thing. Looks like there's a water trough there made out of concrete. And then he's made another one here just to catch the water that's flowing down the ravine. Well, dumbass me, I didn't have to go down in that little crevice. I didn't see this path up here though. So I had to come from there, up the rock, over the rock. Along the trail we go. Okay. I've come pretty good. We're almost there. And here's another strange thing. They've got rubber mat all the way. No, not all the way, because I see the end there. Well, obviously they want to protect it from shoes, huh? Well, here we are. La Cueva. So there's some history signs, and it's bigger than it looks because I don't think you can see it, but I can walk inside of it. Let me catch my breath and we'll show you more. So this almost vertical. And there had to have been water to make this. Maybe they will tell me, okay? Now I'll tell you. I'm inside the cave. And I told you it's bigger than it looked. And you see the ceiling is all black from smoke. And there's some more history stuff down here. But one outside said that they found artifacts dating to 5000 BC. And there was a spring at the foot of the cave. So in that arroyo where I said the farmer built a tank to catch the water, there was a spring in there. But they don't think it was continually habited. They also found bones from bighorn sheep, antelope, deer, rabbit were all represented. This place was excavated very good in the 1940s and again in the 70s. But they don't know what peoples lived here. Now this is talking about the hermit, and there's a big plaque out front that I'll deal with. But so that shows you some of the rock art they found here. It revealed a plethora of artifacts like stone projectile points indicating early to late archaic occupation and pottery shards of the Mongolian culture from 1 AD to 1450 AD. Okay? So, there you can find 6 large holes carved into the rock. These are bedrock mortars used to grind wild plant foods such as mesquite beans and acorns. Well, let's see if I can find them. You will find 6 large holes carved into the rock. Okay, I'm looking. Ah, there they are. The Brothers Point there. Let's see if I can zero in a little bit better. So they're right along in there. Yeah, you can see them. Very good. Okay, so let's go out and find out about the hermit. He's the last person to live here. They don't tell me when they decided to make this a national monument. Actually, this is run by the New Mexico Parks. So this talks about the hermit. He was born in Italy. His name was Agostini Giustiniani. He studied for the priesthood, but then he refused to take his vows. He spent many years walking through Europe, South America, Mexico, and Cuba. He had a photographic portrait made in New York City in 1859. At age 62, he walked with the wagon train of Eugenio Romario from Kansas to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and lived for a while in Romerville before settling on Cerro Tecolote, northwest of Las Vegas. The hill has since become known as Hermit's Peak. In 1867, he accompanied the wagon train of Don Ramon Gonzalez to Mesilla. That's one of the oldest cities in New Mexico. Sometimes preaching there in their home. He had known Penitentes in Spain and got on well with them. They flagged themselves, evidently. He visited often with the Barella family on the Plaza Mesilla, sometimes preaching in their home. He told the Barella family of his plans to live in La Cueva. where the Borellas warned him of the danger of staying there alone. He is supposed to have said, "I shall make a fire in front of the cave every Friday evening while I shall be alive. If the fire fails to appear, it will be because I have been killed. I shall bless you daily in my prayers." So, among the many aware of El Hermantio's miraculous healing powers was Antonio Garcia, who transported people with illnesses up to La Cueva for healing. The hermit must have found abundant herbs nearby to help effect his cures. And on the Friday night in the spring of 1869, the fire failed to appear. Antonio Garcia led a posse up the mountain to find the hermit lying face down on his crucifix with a knife in his back. He was wearing a penitential, a metal girdle full of spikes. El Emeranto is buried in the Masilla Cemetery. The stone reads, in Spanish, "John Mary Justino, Hermit of the Old and New World." He died the 17th of April, 1869, at 69 years and 49 years a hermit. The hermit's murder was one of many unsolved murders in the late 1800s in the Donna Ana County. This interpretive sign was made possible by donations. Okay, so there you have it. The history of the hermit and the cave, and we're doing a wrap right now. We're out of here. I'm just thinking, the cave is directly behind me, so he would build a fire in front of the cave. You know, there's a flat spot there. And that probably is 20 miles away where Masilla is. So I would say it'd have to be a pretty damn big fire for them to see it. But, I mean, it is true, this Don Garcia Barrio seen the fire was not there on a Friday and came up here. So that must be true. Over and out. Yeah, I negotiated that pretty good. I failed to mention that this is volcanic ash. So it's not sandstone at all. And it's got a conglomerate. If you get up close, you can see lots of little stones embedded in it. Anyway, now I think we're done with the history lesson.